Now, what I like to do is talk a little bit about blue-green algae from Klamath Lake.
It's blue. I like it.
It's blue-green.
I like her blue.
So that's somewhere between the throat and the sixth chakra. The blue-green algae. In the chakra systems, the blue-green is more somewhere between the throat and the third eye. Now, it only grows, it only has one D-Dow place, which is in Klamath Lake. I've been to Klamath Lake a variety of times and looked at the different ways different places harvest it. And the best, first of all, okay, it's a crater. It's kind of bottomless. There's a particular mix with the energy from the water and the algae and whatever, it makes it unique. Kind of a unique, again, a D-Dow situation of where everything comes together in an interesting, powerful way. The harvesting is also important. The people that get the best, most energized is when they go out in the middle of the lake, in the middle of the way the algae grows, harvest it kind of directly. That's why I like the E3Live, because they have the best harvesting situation, and they have the best, in a sense, drying situation. And so consequently their stuff is the most energetic. Now, and so that's what we carry. It is a superior form. They've now come out with a concentrated form of it, which is better than the liquid, and better obviously for shipping around the world. And in fact, some of us have stopped taking the liquid, which is the premium, because this is so much more concentrated. Okay, that being said, what's it good for? I consider that this is probably the best single food for the brain that exists. It is a particular quality and strength for the brain and all brain functions. I did research with this in the 80s and found that I followed two people with severe Alzheimer's. I mean severe Alzheimer's. One lady couldn't even dress herself, couldn't follow instructions, couldn't watch TV, couldn't really, you know, if you can't dress yourself, it's pretty severe. And after 6 months, she was able to dress herself, follow instructions, exercise when her husband went to go exercise, walk around a track without getting lost. That's a significant upgrade.
6 months.
6 months.
This
Only this. It was an experiment, only this. No, just wait. Then the other one I did was a person was a lawyer, had very, very rapid degeneration. And it stopped the degeneration. It didn't reverse it, it just stopped the progression. Now, this went on for 2 years. Boom, no change, no degeneration. Then his wife had this bright idea that it's cheaper to use spirulina. After all, it's a blue-green algae too. And, you know, immediately he began to degenerate. And we weren't able to really stop it, the process. So what did you do? Well, I use spirulina. I mean, it's a green algae, isn't it? It's like, no. It is a green algae too, but it's not blue-green algae. Klamath Lake Floss aquae. Do you follow what I just said? It is very, very specific for the brain. And it is also, that's the deep pathological level. It actually is an enhancement of creativity, of memory, of inspiration, and a general sense of mental well-being that it creates. So I see it more again as a very powerful Shen herb and qi, and some deep primordial. Some people have used it to treat cancer. Again, that's not public, but I know people have just used that alone for cancer and gotten healed. I'm not recommending it's a cancer treatment. I'm way more concerned with its power to regenerate the brain and mind and creativity and kind of inspiration and clarity of mind. Students find it better for studying. Babies that are given that, or pregnant mothers that take it, their brain, not that they've proven anything, they'll claim the babies seem a little brighter than the other kids. So there's a whole sense of kind of blue-green algae children. People, kind of a sub-little thing of that.
Maybe to give it to the pregnant woman.
That's what I'm saying. It's, I would recommend particularly doing it during pregnancy and to children directly. It seems I do recommend it. And I really recommend it even for young kids. I have actually healed one case of autism with it. Autism. A kid was 4 years old, had not spoke. 4 years old, no speaking. And 4 months later, he began to speak. This is a sad story. He began to speak so much that his mother took him off the blue-green algae. I'm serious. This really happened. So he just went back in his autistic state.
It's unfair from the mother.
What?
It's unfair from the mother.
Yeah, at least.
Why did it help in this little kid? Because the algae is also help to eliminate the vaccination effect, and they have.
I can't answer the question except it's very good. We don't know if he had vaccinations. It's just very good for brain function. So it seems to help different things. It seems to help with hyperactivity. And the autism thing is more extreme. Also depression. Really by itself, I've seen people really reverse their depression. Sometimes, I had a lady who was depressed for like 20 years, or I keep getting 40 years, but I think it was 20 years. And the first day she took it, her depression went away. She was shocked. So there's some sort of component in it that just upgrades brain function.
For students,
It's very good for students. It's very good for mental stress. It's very good for studying. It's very good for, preparing to give a talk or whatever you're doing that requires mental strength. It will sustain your ability to study for long hours. It really stimulates all levels of brain function. Yes?